just that range damage from Cog, slowly wear down the towers. And we got the slow cap. This is the golf clap. We have the Masters going on currently, so you know, just a little bit of a, you know, oh, that was some fantastic play by TSM there.
Good tower, yes. Good tower indeed.
But once again, Pobelter just has so much sustained damage for Dyrus to deal with right now, and actually able to just burst him down, push him out of lane. So it'll be interesting to see how Dyrus gets in this game. Dyrus, you know, Olaf is definitely a fantastic late game champion, but you know, once Pobelter was able to get that early advantage, able to get that Hex Tech, just completely taking control of that lane.
Pings going down from Curse. They know there's a ward in the bush bot lane. Nijaki returns to mid with the blue buff, trying to equalize the creep. So right now, 112.
Oh, but actually Elements jumping in on Kog'Maw, and Nocturne coming down as well. So the quick burst is going down, and they are able to get that kill. Soraka is safe under that bottom lane, but
quick engagements. And Crumb's maybe behind when it comes to all of his jungle camps, Mundo being in there and taking all of them. But when it comes to kills, assists, Mundo, Ottawa not really being the biggest team player, triple zeros. But Crumb's 101, he's made up for a little bit of what he's lost. So if they keep getting caught, if Nocturne's still getting kills, the counter jungling all of a sudden becomes for naught, really.
Yeah, and the concern is going to be, I mean, Mundo's done his job, basically. They haven't been able to take that early game advantage that Curse has done. We see, you know, taking down that bottom tower, they've been able to get the dragons. Ooh. So, you know, an early advantage, but actually Reginald, and they're baiting in Pobelter. Pobelter coming in on Dyrus once again, but he's going to drop really quickly. Dyrus just not taking enough damage, and there's the bait, so there's the kill. TSM knowing that Pobelter is like, Pobelter's sitting up top. He's like, yeah, you know, I'm a man here. I got this lane. So Reginald and Dyrus just baiting him in perfectly.
Yep. It's like, nah, there's no way Rise is in that bush. There's not. Oh, damn. Crap. Oh well. But we got Olaf now buying himself a Hex Drinker. We've seen Hex Drinker save some butts earlier on today, and you know, Maw, I think, fantastic item to build up to as well. This is definitely the team to build it against. We have a lot of magic damage coming in from Karthus, from Vlad. It's definitely going to be a useful item once we build that later on.
Yeah, I mean, it will give them that survivability, and that's the big thing. They have so much survivability against the AoE AP damage that this magic damage that Curse has. And so with the Soraka, once Mundo and Olaf get in these fights, if they get tanky enough, they might just become unkillable for Curse. Vlad does have nice sustained damage, though. They do have the AoE from Karthus, so the mid-game team fights are definitely going to be advantage Curse with their burst. But if TSM is able to get any sort of advantage, keep up with farm as the game progresses, there's going to be a point where, you know, we just don't have a means of dealing with all this tanking pressure and dealing with Cog, dealing damage in that back line.
Odd One is being pinged out by Curse, trying to retreat where he can. He gets walled, he gets slowed, he has to pop the ult to get away. A little bit extra health regen, a little bit extra movement speed, and Curse will decide to not follow up on that. But top lane, Reggie and Dyrus pushing down top tower. That should be falling momentarily as well, but Dragon is up as well, and Curse will go ahead and decide to take that. So we're trading tower for Dragon. Dyrus will take down that tower in just a second. One more, yes, and Dragon should be going down pretty quick for Curse.
Yeah, and so another aggressive Dragon going to Curse. Pobelter coming in here. He doesn't know that Reginald's back there. Isn't going to chase Dyrus again, so, you know, learning his lesson from last time. But we have Elements coming in, maybe going to engage on Odd One.
Nope.
Odd One a little bit too tanky. It'd be kind of a tough fight for them. So just going to back off, let Corki farm bottom, and we'll see whether or not we have this fight
kind of in
top.
a tricky spot right here. Gets caught out by the Axe, true damage, forcing the pool. Let's go in. Reginald flashes in with the stun. Will he be able to get it? No, and Crumbs comes in. The Q finishes the job, but Crumbs is still in pursuit. We got the Requiem coming in. Will Reginald live? Yes, he will, but Crumbs is still around. Elements now comes in. Will he be able to finish Reginald? I'm not sure he will. Yes, the burst does get him in the bush, and now Dyrus has to get away real quick. They will not decide to follow up on that, but 1-for-1, Crumbs barely getting away from that.
Yeah, and so really fantastic play by Reginald, almost able to pick up that second kill. I felt like, you know, Dyrus could have been a little bit more up front, run in there. The issue is he didn't want to be kited under the tower, take that tower damage, you know, maybe turn around. He was pretty low, but almost picking up Nocturne, just barely not able to do it. So an even exchange there.
Rise has bought himself a Banshee's Veil, so like, you know what, we're going to see if we can't, I don't want that to happen again. I want that spell shield. I want to be protected just a little bit more. He's going to get some extra mana from that too, which means extra damage for him, so that's going to be nice. But right now, we still also have, Curse still has a good solid, 2.5K in gold. That's pretty good.
It's interesting though, because TSM, they've been growing together as a team so much. They have great coordination, but one of their weaknesses has always been communication, and they talk about that. And you saw that last fight. There was kind of a miscommunication between Dyrus and Reginald. Didn't recognize, hey, Reginald's got his flash up. Reginald is going to be jumping in for the kill. So we saw Dyrus turn around while Reginald went in. Whereas, if they had both gone in together, a little more aware, they're able to pick up that kill. But Dyrus
is
a little bit cut off. He should
running
be able
back
to get
and
out,
forth.
though.
It's like doesn't know where to go, but Pobelter there just to get a few little bits of damage there while he runs away. Now Elements sweeping Baron area for wards, just making sure it's clean, and it is. So we may have something happen around Baron very soon for Curse, actually.
Wow, and now with this tanky front line, Mundo knows he doesn't really need to be as aggressive of an anti-carry as the game progresses, so getting that red buff onto Kog'Maw, that does give them fantastic range damage, the ability to chase people down, and that's one of the things they're kind of lacking is hard CC, so they really need to just combo their slows, all of them with their slows. They have the CC from Reginald, but that slow will allow Kog to kite a little bit more. We'll see some fantastic play from Chaos probably coming into this mid portion of the game.
Curse now pushing down mid tower as much as they can. Pobelter doing some damage to top tower as well, while Dyrus just kind of running around the one axe, taking out the entire minion wave. Nice timing, nice aim on that. Getting huge tower shots onto Vladimir. But we have all these wards up by Baron. I think Curse may actually be trying to force this.
Yeah, I think they're going after the blue, trying to see if they can keep it off of Reginald. It isn't that big of a deal right now. Maybe even keep it off Kog'Maw. I don't know if they're going to give it to Reginald or Kog'Maw, but they are able to pick it up just barely. It's actually resetting, so we actually had the steal, or
we got the
yes,
steal.
We did have the smite steal from actually Nijackie with the Q steal. So he was able to pick that up. That's definitely going to help him out through this mid portion of the game. I was a little bit surprised by that, but now, we do have Curse jumping in here. Oh, wow, the ultimate almost going up. Nocturne coming in.
Crumbs is going in on Reginald here, and he will be able to take him down. Nijackie's in the back, taking quite a bit of damage on one up front. He's got the fire. He's going to be able to finish the job just a little bit, and now Elements trying to get away. He is cleavered. He is slowed, but Crumbs also trying to get away. Flashes over the wall just in time. Dyrus will not be able to connect with that, but 1 for 1 once again.
Yeah, so, definitely... I don't know, kind of a misstep. Curse wasn't able to get all of their, effects out. They wanted to get that kill. If they had waited for the Nocturne ult first, maybe they could have gotten a little bit easier engage from Leona. If they had hit that Leona ultimate, then very quickly they're winning that fight. And we'll see where they go from there, because they have a lot of Baron presence. And if they can win any sort of engage early, Vladimir coupled with Karthus is actually going to be an extremely fast Baron team. So, we'll see whether or not that factors into things. If Curse can just pick up a kill, there's always that potential. But then TSM has the same exact threat. We have, the damage that Kog'Maw has, that Chaos has, and actually Chaos going with the Phantom Dancer and pure Doran's build. I just realized that. So he actually doesn't have a lot of damage, but has great mobility, and he has the inherent damage that Kog'Maw has, just one of the highest damage champions in the game. So not needing to build those fast items, just knows he needs to keep his distance from the enemy team.
So Vladimir will soon be buying that death cap. How much gold we got? We also get about 1,000 gold. Should be buying that. Olaf, we got just got the Maw, so we're gonna have a pretty big spell shield on him. A little bit extra damage as well. Elements once again with that Oracles, clearing for wards wherever we can. Good job on him, and KX alone in the bot trying to defend the push. But Odd1 also has Oracles for himself as well. But we did have all these wards that were actually around
they're on the
Baron.
hunt bot, not able to get in range.
Yeah. As I was saying, Odd1 does have the Oracles. They did realize, they did see a lot of wards going down around their blue area. They want to get that clear. They want to make sure that they're eliminating as much vision from Curse as they can. Ward going down from Pobelter into the Baron pit, but Odd1 is there to clean it up, but not without taking a free hit or two.
Yeah, but I mean, with his passive, not really a concern. He's just going to regen fine, and so that having that map control will, definitely help them out a lot. We do see pretty good ward coverage for TSM if they can clear out a couple more of the curse wards, particularly around the Baron area, because they know that's where the fights, are going to be happening at this point in the game. Both teams have a strong Baron presence. We do have the threat of a dragon as well, but that would probably lead to the other team going for it. And there's actually a wall, so they are going to be able to zone them off for this tower mid. Mundo coming in from the river, but Curse able to just safely get out of there.
Odd1, he's coming around, but he decides to clear the ward instead of getting the engage. But Dragon is up. we could be seeing a next battle for objective momentarily. Blue buff being taken by Curse, their own blue buff. Hopefully it doesn't get stolen from here. Nope, it will not be. But like I said, Dragon is up. We may be seeing that fight momentarily. We got the ward down from Odd One, making sure clearing the ward in the bush. Curse is in position. They want to take out that ward as well. Odd One is out in front of the wall, trying to. He's taking the brunt. Dyrus getting chunked out by the missiles.
Oh,
we
Odd
got
One's
the ult.
going all
we got
in.
the initiation. Go straight for Night Jackie. Nocturne comes in with the ult, but Night Jackie's in the thick of it. Chaos will he be able to follow it? But Night Jackie goes down first. We got Kog'Maw going down as well, but here comes Requiem. How many people will be able to clean up? Manages to get the kill. All going down. Leona going down. Pole Belter very close. Oddwood, how are you still alive? There we go. Cop Crumbs now pursuing a special. Very low. 150 health. Can we get the missile? We got the heal. Can we finish him off? Valkyrie, can we get something? Flashing away. Cop in pursuit. Crumbs, can you finish it off? Very low. 100 health.
No! He ran out of missiles. No, he's got 3 left. Oh no, he did run out of missiles. It's the first number. So running out of missiles, Cop, the fight just lasted too long, wasn't able to pick up the kill.
Nah.
But that's kind of what you saw. TSM, they don't have a very strong engaging team. They don't have a great means of forcing a fight, and so they need to pressure these objectives. They can't allow Curse to just take them. But Curse, they, all of the means of engaging and disengaging are really on Curse's side. So Curse able to decide when they want to go in on a fight. We saw Reginald chasing Cop off to the side here, but Cop was able to use the wall to his advantage and just juke Reginald out. So now Reginald split from the team for a second. Cop was able to live, and Curse able to win that fight, and then Nocturne coming down for this Dragon.
Right, that was a fantastic team fight for Curse. They couldn't get that Soraka kill. They got their pie, but they didn't quite get the ice cream. But you know what? 4 kills plus Dragon is pretty good. But right now, Baron, TSM just going straight for it. It is warded. They'll take out that ward. But Curse is around. They do know we may have another big fight coming very soon. Elements and Top coming around. Nocturne ult is down. A lot of the ults are down, but Elements out in front. Pobelter coming in from behind, and Elements and Reginald together fighting it out. Pobelter now in front. TSM, they're trying to get all they have to get focusing down. Pobelter, you will take him down. Night Jackie is next to fall. TSM taking that one. It's like, hey, we can win team fights too.
And the key there is they had the ward down, coverage down here. They knew that Nocturne, as he walked past that ward, he hadn't recalled. He went down for the Dragon, so he had no mana, no health. So they knew it was a 4v5 situation, and they knew if they pressure Baron, because they don't have a good means of initiation, they can force Curse to come over there, bait out the 4v5, and then very quickly use that tankiness to their advantage, knowing Curse just doesn't have enough damage to follow up on it. So really effective play there by TSM. Fantastic use of the map, and using that Baron to force that fight and take that advantage back.
Yeah, so right now, as we hit the midpoint of the game, it really becomes a lot about objectives. You have your Dragon, you have your Baron, you have your towers. At this point, it's just now both teams grouping up full 5, trying to see what they can make happen at these